What's going on, guys? We're right back. Some more Couch Football 26. Here we go. This time we're playing with Florida State.
When you're ranked in the top 5, your very existence is a cauldron of pressure. And that is ratcheted up when you go on the road. And this highly ranked squad has found itself coming into a snake pit in this one. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So Wisconsin's offense will go on the attack first. And you've got to believe this defense has put in extra time to try to stop this tight end, David. But the question, can they even stop it?
It's one thing to watch it. It's another thing to stop it. And it just impressed with the way they move him around. They use him. Sometimes he blocks. Sometimes he's a wide receiver. You're like, sometimes he's a lineman. Sometimes he's a wide receiver. So tough to figure out where he's going to be to double team him. But I bet he's got the attention of this defense, Jesse.
He does for sure, and because of that, David, I think it's going to open up some opportunities for maybe some of the other guys out wide. If you've got two guys covering the tight end as a quarterback, you've got to be ready to throw the football somewhere else sometimes, and so you might see a little bit more balance in the passing attack today.
Right back to the well.
You definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that coming out.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. That's caught.
That's going to be caught, but someone was holding, so that's coming back.
Also a flag down. Let's check the call. So that penalty is going to cost them the first down as they back up, and now it's second down. And now on second down for this offense. Davis looking to pass. Finds his big tight end. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover and pick up the first. They're bringing the chop. They're bringing the noise on third down at the dope. From the gun, wants to pass. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming. The Badgers will try to pin them back with the punt. Looks as if they might have a little something going there, but they'll have to kick it away. Fair catch is collected at the 24, and that's where they'll start
That
this
hold
drive.
really set us back.
Quick release by the QB. Breaks into the open.
And he's going to be taken down at the 44.
Have it out to the 44 with the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Caught in the backfield, it's Gentry. And he laid the lumber to stop him from getting the first down. What will they dial up on second, and a long way to go. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. Jukes his way for more. And a good solid pickup there
got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
The Seminoles come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. He'll sneak it.
Well, we've seen this a couple times on this drive now, but having a short pass with the quarterback sneaking, there's something going on up front right now, whether it's just the offensive line getting a better push or he's finding the crease to the right side.
He lost it high and deep down the left side.
That's gonna be picked.
And it's picked off right at the goal line. He stopped not much on the return, but a whole lot in getting the football.
Sometimes the quarterback puts that zip on it and you can hear it, and sometimes he uses the lob wedge where it takes a little time to get there. That time he used the lob wedge and the defender came in and made the interception. Big play for this defense early.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. Once first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Gonna try to get it himself.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision.
That's incomplete.
Green grass and gets a positive gain for this offense.
And the Badgers line up.
You can have the rush.
The sticks on 3rd and short. Davis will throw. Got it in the middle. It
Caught.
turns.
First
Not
down.
enough to get it past the sticks, and they get him down at the 35. The Badgers are moving quickly down the field. They go to the ground. Pretty good effort on that one to work their way up to the 42.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Pulls and fires complete. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. And the Badgers kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. He uncorks one deep.
That's incomplete.
And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers and he couldn't hold on. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise. Backing this defense on 3rd down. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. The Badgers will send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Cover guys do their job, and they get him stopped at the 22-yard line. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. Motion from the back. Looking to throw on first down. Grabbed in backfield. It's Gentry. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Back to pass. Snagged in the middle. It's Ivory. Just never gives you a clean shot at him as he gets out to the 28.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
We've reached the end of the first quarter, and it has been a defensive battle, and the stats tell the tale so far. So they go back to work after the break, and it is 3rd down. They'll try to get it through the air.
That's gonna be a sack.
Feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
I think a big part of the formula.
Contrell gets in the backfield and gets the sack.
Game 1, they had 6 sacks and obviously won that football game. They know coming into this one today, they have got to be able to get after the quarterback. They're off to a great start.
Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he stopped. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Okay, here comes the Wisconsin offense onto the field. Here's a heat. Dumps it off in the flats. And good coverage by the defense just to
don't know.
Can he run between the tackles? He's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
And Ferris to the 20 and taken down to the 10.
All the way to the house. Just ran out of a little steam. The defense finally got it.
How about the offensive line working in tandem on these blocks? You see some of those guys that got up into the second level, got a hat on a hat, and that left open a huge crease for the running back.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Davis looking to pass. Going for 6.
Touchdown.
Touchdown, Wisconsin. Fit it in the window for the score.
And the Badgers strike first.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what makes a nice touchdown, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing in because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game.
Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. It's complete to the left. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting them the football, letting them get some positive yards.
One back in the backfield, he gets the carry.
And he's buried.
And down he goes after losing 6.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Rushes on him. It's caught. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. And the Seminoles will line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll feel the punt and try to make something happen. And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Now the pitch.
And it's Ferris.
And a big play there on the option. The pitch
It's a
is
big
executed
game.
perfectly.
That's a good-looking run there. And if you're going to be RB1 for Wisconsin, you're going to be pretty talented. Because you think of the guys they've had in this backfield in recent years, the Heisman Trophy winner Ron Dane, Monty Ball. How about Jonathan Taylor?
That's caught. Touchdown.
Touchdown, Badger. Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
He's not get over quick
This
enough.
team has shown early this year, it does not take them long to find their footing. They get off to fast starts. That was critical for them, winning their first game, and you've seen it here in this one too. They show up ready to go. There's no sleepwalking. I think you got to give this coaching staff a ton of credit for putting their players in good positions to have success.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
A lot of eyeballs on your game, guys, and a few on this interesting matchup as well. Washington is trailing right now, but it's only a couple of points. That quarterback just needs to show the poise of a young Warren Moon, and they are right back in this. They're trailing by 10 to Tennessee. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Now the play fake. He makes the grab. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. Using all of the receivers at his disposal. This time he found the fullback.
And it's nice to have a guy that can block and obviously have the versatility to also catch the football, you know, so you can mix it up and keep that defense guessing.
The Knowles have it with a 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on 1st down. He's got his man. Couldn't find any more room up the sideline, and he's pushed out of bounds at the 36. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Grabs over the middle. It's Gentry. Brought down at the 46, but he got 10 on the play. These routes have some reads and adaptability built in, and the big fella found that cushion and made the play.
Man, it's so awesome how much offenses have evolved. They know exactly what they're getting, where to sit down, quarterback, tight end, on the same page, gets the 1st down.
Looking downfield on 1st down. Here's the pressure.
He's gonna get sacked.
Pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46. The hurry up now, 2nd down, clock ticking. Looking to fire. Caught over the middle, Gentry. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Got to get to the line quickly for this 3rd down play. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout.
Broken up.
Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete. And the Seminoles will call on their punt team. And that, my friends, is getting the perfect bounce, the perfect punt, and the perfect roll. They'll have them locked down inside their own 5. They are pinned deep in their own territory. They'll snap it from their own 4 to start the drive. How about that effort to get it out across the 20? They'll mark it at the 21. It's a 1st down. Davis will throw. Fires to the big fella. Out across the 30, steps out of bounds at the 31-yard line as they try to put something together. And the Badgers come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Quarterback may change this route. They're looking to throw on 2nd and short. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. A cacophony of noise, debilitating surround sound, the war chant on 3rd down at the dope. Looking to throw for it. He's going for a big play downfield. Snatches it on the right.
And that is caught.
Real scoring threat here as they pick up the 1st down at the 36. Looking to throw on 1st down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Calls a timeout to stop the
There's
clock.
gonna be a timeout.
Nice job by
Wisconsin.
the receiver there, running the drag route against zone coverage, finding the soft spot, making it easy on his quarterback to get the completion. He turns it upfield and he moves the sticks.
Fires to the big fella. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. The Badgers want to move quickly. Wants to fire on 2nd down. He's got his man. Makes the grab. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. Looking to pass inside the red zone. Quickly complete. Going to work on
that way we
2nd
can.
down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Davis looking to pass. Lets it go to the end.
Oh my god.
It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. And they come up with a
That
big
was
play to
horrible,
make sure
man.
no more points go on the board before the end of the half. This lead
And it's going to be a safety.
And they get him for a safety.
Oh, and how about this defense? Understanding where they are in the field. They got a chance to put points on the board, and they do.
Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. Enough time to get off a play before we head to halftime. To the air on first down. Pass ball's
Incomplete.
incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left. Just enough time for one final play of the half. He'll try it again on 2nd and 10. Catch in the middle, it's Bush. Oh, it's a fumble. Everybody needs a little luck, and the offense just got it by falling on that fumble. That's the end of the second quarter.
Okay, good first half. 16.
Man, it should come as no surprise we have ourselves a fun matchup in Tallahassee. And there's no more fitting place to begin than with this stud receiver and how he's dominated the first half. Some guys have the ability to elude and evade. This young man is a true 3-level threat. Short passes, the intermediate game, and then the deep ball, he is a problem. And I don't think this defense has the solution. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Doak Campbell Stadium.
He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. Off the play fake on first down. Pressure coming. It's complete on the right side.
He caught that?
Pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. That last completion sets him up on 2nd down. Caught behind the line. It's Ivory. He's brought down.
And he's buried behind the line.
Not the way they had it drawn up. And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. Catch in the middle, it's Gentry. He's going to have enough to pick up the first down as they stop him at the 33-yard line. The Seminoles come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll keep it on the ground to the right. Oh, better look out. Hard running there.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on 2nd down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on
Buried in the backfield.
Behind the line of scrimmage, he'll lose a yard.
And coming out in the second half, this offense, they needed to establish this run game. They needed to get something going. They're losing. They've got to find a way to get a flow, to get a rhythm. And so far here to start this second half, defense picking.
He'll loft one deep down the left side.
Caught, touchdown!
They won it all, and that is exactly what
Touchdown, Florida State.
This coaching staff was trying to identify playmakers on offense early this year. How about the start of the season this guy has had? Scored in their first game. He scored early in this one. Defenses up to this point don't have any answers for this guy.
they're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Here comes the Wisconsin offense to go back to work. Things have been clicking along nicely, Jesse, but they have to make sure they keep it up.
Yeah, they got to wake up. It seems like they've been a bit lackadaisical here the last few drives, maybe as we've seen this lead dwindle a little bit, David. So they need a bit of a spark here to get that mojo back.
Yeah, and you always have the adjustments, and then your opponent adjusts, and now they got to readjust now because this game's getting a little bit tighter than they like.
They'll go right back to him. And he gets it up to 36. It'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll run the option. He'll toss it. There
And Sledge to the 30, to the 20, to the 10.
he's at the 10.
Touchdown.
Wisconsin. How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option?
I know it's early this year, but it's obvious this guy is a focal point in this offense. After having 2 touchdowns in his first game, he gets on the board here. Doesn't matter where he lines up, they find ways to get him the football, and defenses just have not been able to figure him out.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Trailing now by 17, David. This is an opportunity that they need to answer.
And down by 17 is not panic mode yet. Like, I know we just gave up some points and our defense hasn't played great. I think this offense can still be who they are and stay consistent.
No doubt, lots of football to go, but you do get the feeling this is the time of game where, you know, it could get bad. If you don't score and all of a sudden they get the ball back, they take it down the field and put some points up, this thing might be over. So absolutely, this quarterback, he wants to drive this offense down the field and at least put something on it.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. They'll run play action. Makes the grab on the left.
He's got it. First down.
He's got it up for a first down. New set of downs after the completion. The give to the single back.
He's buried for a loss.
If not necessarily a productive one so far.
And after your defense just went out there and gave up a touchdown and let them build the lead more, you really need to come out with this drive and answer. And the running game is not in. They were ready for that. Gonna have to create some explosive plays to the passing.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're forward right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back...
That's picked!
Big play stops the drive.
There were a lot of people really excited about what this guy could do. Some were saying he could be an All-American, and he's proving them right. That's already his 2nd interception early in this college football season.
Takes it the other way. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the ground. He's got it again. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense.
He'll take a shot.
Touchdown!
Badger. And the route is on.
Another nice drive put together. And this offense through 2 weeks, man, they look legit. This team's about to be 2-0. All of their dreams in front of them. This team looks like a national championship contender.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Gentlemen, that pivotal top 15 battle is in the books. Here's how things went down. Ohio State looked dominant in a victory that was never really in question. That offense had zero problem putting up points, not unlike the days of Stroud and Fields and so many greats before them. No cupcakes this week, fellas. This top 15 battle was much anticipated, and at least one side can say it's a game they'll savor for some time.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play. And the Noles can really attack on this 2nd and short. Quick release on the RPO. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chain. Offense goes on the attack on 1st and 10. Gives it on the option. Breaks into the open. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and not a good job by this defense.
What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one.
And that's going to bring us to the 4th.
No question they wanted to get the ball to their playmakers, and both receivers have come up big through 3.
massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
And that is good versatility there, and a big hit from the backer in pass coverage. The Seminoles are at the line looking to convert on third and short. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Finds his man. It's Ivory. And he was able to run through a tackle, and they finally get him, but not until he picks up the first down. The Seminoles getting set on 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw.
Oh, if he turned around, he had it.
Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the
If
20.
he turned around, he had that
Pick
one.
up the last first down. Let's see what they have here. They'll give it to the back. He stopped dead in his tracks again. No running room to be found. They keep trying it and have had very little success. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Trying play action. Those two not on the same page. It's incomplete.
It's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback and this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
They'd hoped to be able to pick up enough after the catch, but a good stop leaves them with a 4th and short.
Really good job by the defense being physical, understanding the situation in the game. The ball's going to come out quick. You know that. Don't make the tackle. Force the 4th down.
Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be 1st and goal. And the Seminoles started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. See if they can get it done on 2nd and goal. Back to pass. And he was
Broken up.
to the end zone, and they couldn't make the connection. And they'll try to fight a chunk out of this lead on 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Trying to find the end zone. And they've got him down after the short completion, but they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. A field goal really doesn't do much for you in this situation, so they'll go for it on 4th and goal. Touchdown, no! That's the way you finish a drive and put up points.
The defense had some question marks coming into the year with respect to who would be catching touchdowns in the offense. I think they may have found their guy. This guy had a TD in their first game. He has another one here. Right now, he's been a matchup problem for opposing defenses.
They still have work to do, trailing by 2 possessions here in the 4th. They'll line up for the onside kick.
Well, great job by the hands team receiving there. They're able to spot the kick, fall on it, make sure they keep possession, secure it. Nice job.
Okay, here comes the Wisconsin offense onto the field. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Win with the running game on 1st down, now back at it. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. They're bringing the chop. They're bringing the noise on 3rd down at the dope. All kinds of room to throw that one in there.
And he's in for the touchdown.
And the pummeling has started. He is putting the Badgers on his back. Reminds me of games we called when Russell Wilson was at the helm.
Yeah, and I know Wisconsin fans get jacked up when they get great quarterback play. They don't get it very often. They don't get the explosive numbers with this offense. But this dude, he's putting on a show, and I guarantee you they are jumping around.
Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. They cashed in on a short field last time they had it, and now they'll go to work from their own end. Finds his tight end.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
He'll get a fresh set down, stopped at the 31-yard line.
When offenses get first downs like this and they move the sticks and they get some momentum, look at what they do. They put their foot on the gas, run this no huddle, get to the line of scrimmage, and try to capitalize.
The Knowles headed quickly to the line.
And this offense just hasn't found a way to kind of open it up. Like, they haven't found those explosive plays. It feels like the defense is kind of strangling them and staying really close to the line of scrimmage because of their lack of their big play ability over the top. This offense has to dial something up.
He wants to throw it again. Looking left.
Broken up.
Missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up. No sign of the punt team as they will go for it and try to move those chains. On fourth down, they'll throw for it. Fires to the wideout. And here's the third interception.
That's going to be picked.
Tonight. They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. Snap to the back. They finally make the stop, but the defense out of sorts against that Wildcat, and they give up a big play.
These situations are preached so much in college football. Finishing a game strong, understanding circumstances. They are running the football right at you, trying to keep that clock moving, get a few first downs, and get a W.
And that was close for the offense. They try to go wide receiver screen. They're counting on that receiver beating that defender. Wasn't able to make him miss that time, but if I'm on offense, I'm going back to that play later.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. It'll be third and long. Off the play fake. Looking to the big tight end.
It's Volk.
And what a throw to get it in there, and they've got it in business in the red zone at the 13. And the Badgers will snap it on 1st and 10. Finds his big tight end. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation for the rest of this one.
Well, the play fake on the RPO bought the receiver some time to work himself open on the route. That was a man-to-man coverage on the defense.
The sneak scores it.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a good day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
And the extra point was good. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finished the deal with the quarterback sneak. He'll return it. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Lost a throw on 1st down. Here comes the heat. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into...
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Falls incomplete. They fought to the final whistle, but
That's going to do it. Wisconsin.
This is a really good win for this ball club as they put together consecutive victories.
And in this season, that's what you got to do. You got to put together good weeks, build on each other, build that momentum, continue to grow as the season goes along.
Yeah, David, it's all about building confidence.
Wisconsin, they... we're going to lose out on Burlow. Anyway, that's going to do it for this video. Hope you all enjoyed. Have a good one, and I'm out. Bye.